I wanted to talk briefly about two interviews surrounding the Tyson Fury versus Christian Hammer fight. I watched the interviews on the YouTube channel Seconds Out. There were some good interviews up there, so I would recommend people checking those out if you haven't already. I want to talk about Peter Fury's interview very briefly, probably for no more than a minute or two. Got a lot of time for Peter Fury. He's becoming a very popular figure in boxing. And this guy speaks the truth. He was asked, do you think that this is the toughest fight of Tyson's career? He was quite strong that it wasn't the toughest fight at all. He said that Steve Cunningham and Derek Chisora were both harder fights than Christian Hammer. And on that, I agree with him completely. He said he doesn't see Christian Hammer being a particular challenge for Fury, and could see the fight being over early as soon as Tyson's able to land. Now, in a day and age where people are talking up opponents and, pretending that there's so many real fights out there and, what big challenges there are, it's refreshing to hear from Peter Fury his stance on this one. I completely agree with him. I don't think Christian Hammer poses a threat to Tyson Fury whatsoever. One man who disagrees with me on that is Christian Hammer himself. Now, surprisingly, his tactic, according to him, is that he plans to outpoint Tyson Fury, which I find to be very, very bizarre indeed. Christian Hammer, to my eye, is a plodder. He doesn't have great athleticism. He doesn't have much versatility. There isn't too much movement. There isn't, I know he might have some sort of amateur boxing record, but he doesn't have ridiculous technical pedigree. He's going in against a much taller, rangier opponent with a world-class jab, who took every round off Derek Chisora recently. Christian Hammer, to my eye, his only chance in this fight is a puncher's chance. He's taken out opponents like Leif Larson before, who are taller men as well. The guy can clearly hit a little bit. I don't think he's a very big puncher, but, there's still some questions over Fury's chin. I myself am of the thinking that Fury's been hurt in fights, but got up and fought on. To me, that's a sign of a good chin. But some people think he's a bit suspect. And if I was Christian Hammer, I'd be thinking, you're coming to the UK, you're coming to a rival promoter's show, you're in against an opponent with a huge height and range and skill advantage. For me, the guy has a puncher's chance only of upsetting Fury. So I was surprised to hear that he plans to outbox Fury and sort of win the fight on points. For my eye, Peter Fury's right, Christian Hammer is wrong. I'd be absolutely fascinated to hear if there are any Hammer fans out there, or any UK boxing fans, who think Christian Hammer's in with a shot here. I view it as a very, very distant chance. I agree with Peter Fury. Derek Chisora and Steve Cunningham beat this guy. For what it's worth, I incorrectly picked Kevin Johnson when Kevin Johnson fought Christian Hammer. And whilst Christian Hammer did deserve to win that fight, to me, Johnson was clearly the better fighter on the night. He didn't turn up in shape, didn't have the output. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks very much for watching.